going to try and back down. Oh, and he hit Harden in the head.
Trash talking goes hand in hand with basketball, probably more than any other sport. And sure, while Giannis Antetokounmpo seems like a fun-loving and great person to be around off the court, you don't want to make him mad on the court. You might just find out why he's nicknamed the Greek Freak. But apparently, a couple of players didn't get the memo and had to find out the hard way. When you really think about it, there are basically the players who talk a big game and players like Giannis who would rather make a statement without words by killing it on the court. Sit tight as we show you what happens when you trash talk Giannis Antetokounmpo, starting off with James Harden. It's no news that James Harden took a couple of shots at Giannis, shots which Giannis didn't respond to with words, but rather with action. The NBA is no stranger to feuds and beef, and James Harden, who wasn't too happy with Giannis, wasn't afraid to share his feelings. While the friction between the two players must have been there for a long time now, we got to see it play out in the game draft for the All-Stars. Giannis joked about not selecting Harden because, according to him, he wanted somebody who was gonna pass the ball. Although this was just Giannis goofing, Harden didn't really appreciate the jab. Disgruntled Harden wasted no time in clapping back at Giannis during an interview with ESPN's Rachel Nichols. After pointing out the inaccuracy of the joke, he wasted no time in shooting back, saying Giannis's only advantage is his height, because aside from that, the Milwaukee Bucks star had no other skill set. He also added that, unlike Giannis, he actually had to learn how to play basketball and develop his skill. The Greek Freak, however, didn't bother to exchange banter with Harden because, according to him, that's not the kind of person he is. He just goes out there to do his job, win games, and go back to his family. But in the next game against Harden, Giannis put up mad numbers by dropping 41 points, 20 rebounds, while dishing out 6 assists. All this within a 35-minute time frame. What was Harden saying about not having a skill set again? Anthony Davis somehow managed to make it to our list. At this point, trash talking is pretty synonymous with NBA games because nearly everybody is talking smack. Anthony Davis threw a little smack at Giannis, which left him confused. He recounted the situation in a blog he has at Hoopz, where he said Davis was trying to post him, but he was using all of his strength, so he couldn't. But Davis turns around, shoots off balance, and scores. And as they were running side by side, he said to him, "You can't guard me, kid." But as they were running back to the Bucks offense, he thought about it and thought to himself, "Dude, what are you talking about? You're only a year older than me." But then again, when you have 2 All-Star appearances and a gold medal in your 3 NBA seasons, which was double Giannis's numbers at the time, you get to talk a little smack. But that didn't stop the Greek Freak from holding a grudge. In a game in 2021, where the Bucks faced off against the Lakers, Giannis went for 47 points, while Davis only had a measly 18. Pretty sure after that game, Davis won't be telling Giannis, "You can't guard me, kid," anymore. Jimmy Butler made it to our list too. The 2015 series had Jimmy Butler bring the intensity against the Bucks. He was either getting into it for his teammates, netting the ball almost effortlessly, or playing great defense. It was obvious he carried the Bulls on his back all series long. He was also tasked with having to stop Giannis every night, and doing that on a drive. He made sure Giannis knew who the man locking him down was. But he didn't stop there. Butler followed him down the court, trash-talking him. A wild guess is that it was his attempt at goating him. However, in the 2021 playoffs, Giannis went off. Even though we're not entirely sure whether it was just him being a good athlete or him carrying out a vendetta against Butler. Whichever it was, the Bucks dominated that game, and even after it seemed like Butler had been properly humiliated, Giannis still didn't let him out of his sight. I guess when they say an elephant never forgets, they were talking about the Greek Freak. Rudy Gobert also talked trash at Giannis in a rather comical manner. In an interview with Bleacher Report's Take It There, Rudy Gobert explained how even though Giannis was the MVP of the season for him, he also learned how to trash talk on the court in Greek. I tried to learn some bad words in Greek. Malaka, asshole. Then there's a way to say you're off when you miss the shot. I think it's exo, out. So in every free throw, I was like, exo. Gobert remembers when Giannis first noticed his word learning. The first time he gave me a little look. Didn't work, no. Even though the attempt to trash talk was downright laughable, it didn't stop Giannis from posterizing Gobert over and over, as if to let him know that he still has some catching up to do. Let's just hope that after the game, Gobert didn't forget to use the word Malaka. Mario Hezonja, Giannis and Mario's case is probably the weirdest on the list. To put simply, Mario dunked over the Freak in an early December game in the 2018-2019 season and walked over the MVP frontrunner, who in turn promised to punch him in the nuts next time, obviously already ticked off. Hezonja, whose only 2 points of the entire game came on the faux poster, sounded off postgame. During a postgame interview, Hezonja said if he is scared or afraid, this isn't for him, adding that New York and the team isn't a place for him if he's scared. Hezonja stepping over Giannis was beyond out of line for the type of dunk he threw down. But we all know Giannis wasn't about to let that slide. Giannis went on a dunking spree on Mario, gaining 33 points, 19 rebounds, and 7 assists. And even though his team lost the game in overtime, those moves by Giannis would definitely make Mario think twice about disrespecting the Greek Freak ever again. In conclusion, one would think that from the number of comebacks dished out to players who trash-talked him, others would get the memo. If not that, then at least the fact that Shaq has, on several occasions, renounced his position as the Black Superman, giving Giannis the title. But then again, the game's the game, and ballers are going to say and do whatever they have to.